So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday evening Parent Academy webinar session. Thank you for joining. And again, we are excited to have you as audience listeners and participants. I am Tina Folston Hayes, the Parent Academy Specialist of Educational Equity and Outreach for Alachua County Public Schools, and I welcome you this evening. Tonight, we will receive some helpful information from our guest speaker, Miss Mary Latham, who is joining us from the Gainesville Thrives Reading Initiative. She will share some helpful information, so please be ready to listen. For our Alachua County Public School students. Just before we start, let's review a few housekeeping elements. Please keep your microphones on mute throughout the duration of the presentation. We will be monitoring your questions as we respond accordingly. Please use your Q&A feature located at the bottom window of the webinar. And please note that all Parent Academy webinars are closed captioned, recorded, and posted to our website for access at a later date for re-review or for anyone who is unavailable to attend the live tonight. Your questions will be answered at the conclusion of each session. If there is a specific need that you have to have a personal conversation, our Parent Academy email is parentacademy@gm.sbac.edu. And we will get those questions and your request for additional information forwarded to the correct Alachua County Public School community partner or team member. And now I am pleased to introduce our guest and turn it over to our speaker for this evening, Miss Mary.
Thank you so much, Tina, and thank you all for coming to listen about a little bit about the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. My name is Mary Latham, and I'm a volunteer with Gainesville Thrives, which is a local nonprofit that is the local affiliate for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. I have been a volunteer for about a year and a half, and my major role is to go to outreach events. I table at the Cone Park Library, at the Library Partnership. I've participated in the Reader Palooza that the public library does at Depot Park, and events like that, just to hand out information and encourage parents to register their kids. So what is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library? This was an initiative Dolly Parton began in 1995, and originally it was just for the county where she grew up, which was Sevier County in Tennessee. But it was so successful that it has become a nationwide and even an international endeavor. There are participants in Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Australia, as well as across the United States. Why did she develop the Imagination Library? Well, it was in honor of her father. Her father, she says that he was the smartest man she ever knew, but he never learned how to read. And she felt like as much as he accomplished in life, he didn't fulfill all of his dreams because not being able to read held him back. So this was something that she did to honor him. He told her that it was the best thing that she'd ever done. And as you know, Dolly Parton has done a lot of amazing things. In 2022, so just last year, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library reached the benchmark of sending 2 million books out every month for children ages 0 to 4. So, as I say, Gainesville Thrives is the local affiliate. So we're the people who register children for the Imagination Library. Children who are eligible are under 5 years of age. It can start anytime from birth to age 5, but their 5th birthday is their last book. Their first book is always going to be The Little Engine That Could. After that book, it's always going to be age appropriate. So a 1-year-old is going to get a different book than a 4-year-old. And you can register more than one child in a household. So if you have children who are under 5 of different ages, they can each get their own books, and the books come addressed to them. So they're getting mail, which is always very exciting for them. As of right now, and again, we've been doing this for about 1.5 years, we have 1,125 children in Gainesville who are registered. And we have about 220 that have graduated, that have already reached their 5th birthday, so they have graduated from the program. So overall, we have served 1,381 children. There is a drawback in that we have funding, but it's limited. So we have started registering children in the areas that had the highest level of need. So as of right now, we cover 5 zip codes: 32601, 32607, 32608, 32609, and 32641. So the books have to go to an address in one of those 5 zip codes. It doesn't have to be the parent. It can be a grandparent. It can be an aunt. It can be an uncle. It can be a good friend who's just willing to take the books, but the books have to go to one of those 5 zip codes. And the books come every month. So if someone has a baby and they stay in the Gainesville area in one of those 5 zip codes until they get to 5 years of age, they'll get 60 books. The families don't pay anything. Gainesville Thrives assumes the cost, and I equate it to thinking about it as the shipping and handling. So the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, they curate the books, they choose which books for which ages and on which month, and mail them out. And it costs $27 per child per year. So comes out to roughly $2.10 per child per month. So, you know, Gainesville Thrives pays about $1,200 a month for the children that we have currently registered. We raise money through writing grants. We've received grants from the Children's Trust and from the Friends of the Library, from organizations. Rotary Club has given us some money, as well as some of the fraternities did a golf tournament, and we were the beneficiary. And individual donation. You can go to our webpage, which I'll show you before I finish. And if you feel so inclined, you can't pay for a specific child, but you can donate any amount to Gainesville Thrive so that we can keep the program going and keep registering and even expanding in more zip codes. So what is the benefit Why is this a good thing? Primarily, this is an effort to increase school readiness. And some of the benefits when a caregiver or an older sibling reads with a child, through Dolly Parton Imagination Library, we get books to kids earlier in their life. So their caregiver is reading to them earlier. They're reading more often because the book is handy and they don't have to return it. They read for a longer period of time. The children get to be more engaged and they ask questions and they ask to be read to, and they play with their books more often. This builds their vocabulary better than just speaking with your child, which is also very important. It improves their listening skills, and that's certainly something that's important for school readiness. It gets them comfortable in asking and answering questions because it's not all about just the text, especially when a child is pre-verbal. You can point to things in the story and just identify, oh, look, that's a cat and that's a cow. And what's that color? And the books become more than just a story. It also gets them comfortable with the idea of making up stories, and it lets loose their imagination. And all of this adds up to school readiness. So as of right now, we currently have 101 children who are in the 32601 zip code that are registered. We have 250 in 32607. We have 428 in 32608, 210 in 32609, and 136 in 32641. So now that I've given you the background, I do have a PowerPoint that I can show you guys. So the purpose is to inspire a love of reading in children. Dolly launched the Imagination Library to honor her father. It's meant to give children from all walks of life in the United States and around the world a chance that Dolly's father never had. The books are mailed to each child's home, and each book has some reading strategies that are appropriate for the age of the child. It's for children that are under 5 years of age. It takes about 12 weeks once you complete the registration in order to start getting books. So that's why we say 0 to 4. 4.5-ish, we'll give them not many, but a few books. But if it's much beyond that, then the first book would basically be their last book. It encourages parents or caregivers to read daily with the children. The books get read several times and encourages the parents and the children to ask questions. They read earlier, more often, for a longer period of time, and of course, it leads to there being more books in the home. We have done a survey of the parents who have been in the program for more than a year, and all of this has borne out in our experience that the parents and the children really enjoy reading and they enjoy the books, and we've gotten a lot of positive response. It really does increase their reading skills. It lets them know how reading is done from left to right and the letters that make up words that make up sentences. And it makes them more ready for kindergarten, so the teachers are also pleased. The Journal of the American Academy of Pediatrics has noted that it improves a child's brain development when they're read to, and it increases their ability to comprehend. So this is all an effort to help our children succeed, because nothing breeds success like success, and that will help our community prosper. So we certainly seek local funding partners. So if anyone knows of any organization or individuals who want to partner with us, we are absolutely interested in hearing from you. We write grant applications. We partner with other groups to raise literacy awareness, and we're part of the United Way's campaign for grade level reading. And I am around locally every week at libraries and other functions to help register children. So I think that pretty much covers. We talked about all the things in the PowerPoint, and the only other thing that I had wanted to do was to show you the Gainesville Thrives website. So this is where you go to register. It's the GainesvilleThrives.org, or you can just Google Gainesville Thrives Imagination Library and you will land on this page. And you can register a child or you can donate. We do have some videos that will help you get started with reading with your children. And once you click on the register a child, you leave our website and go directly to the Dolly Parton website. So we're not collecting any personal information about you other than the fact that you have registered so that we can pay for the books.
And Miss Mary, we're still on the presentation.
Oh,
So it didn't take us to the website.
Okay, well, let me stop that share.
Okay.
And here. Oh, that's not it.
Okay. We see the Dolly Parton
That's
one.
the Dolly Parton.
Yes.
This is the Gainesville Thrive site.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
No worries.
It's GainesvilleThrives.org/DPIL for Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And this is the landing page. So if you wanted to register your child, you would just click on that and that takes you directly to the Dolly Parton site.
Okay.
And the first thing it's going to ask you is your country. And then the next thing it's going to ask is your zip code. And move on from there. It's not a lot of information. They need your name and address, the child's name and age, and your email and your phone number. So this is the check availability. It automatically goes to United States. and you put in your zip code, and mine is 32609. And you check, and it will tell you whether or not you're eligible. It says it's available, yay! So you would continue. If by any chance you have a friend, relative that doesn't live in Gainesville and you're wondering if it is available in their area, you can go to this page, put in their zip code, and find out. I know in Florida, we have the 5 zip codes in Gainesville, Gilchrist County, and Polk County also are affiliates for the Imagination Library. So are there any questions?
I don't see any in the chat, but I will say I have a 2-year-old and she absolutely loves to be read to. And so I think this is a great program that you all have. And I would say too, so this is kind of for the folks that are on here that may watch it after this, that somebody is having a baby in those zip codes. And you're able to put that in, or if you live in those zip codes, to be able to shuffle those books to that child. Because during my baby shower, and this is just what I did. I didn't want her to have any cards. I said, give her a book. So if you were going to give her a gift, give her a book as well in place of that card, because, we read those cards and that's it. But a book, you can help them start their library. And so I think
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I think I like, and whatever you wanted to write in that card, you write in that book, and she'll keep that book, and, we'll be able to go back and read it, and she'll know exactly who it came from. So I think this is like so amazing, because she'll even go get the books and she can tell you, her favorite right now is Pete the Cat and his shoes. He loves his red shoes.
I love
she
it.
can help you read this book to her. So you guys are spot on with your research and what you guys have, come up with to help families understand the importance of it. So that is really, really good. That's really good.
And I do want to key on one thing that you said. Children don't have to live in these 5 zip codes. Just a book has to go to one of these 5 zip codes. And it doesn't have to be a parent. It's just a caregiver, somebody who's willing to set up the account and have the books come to their address.
Yeah.
Now, just a plug for another fantastic organization called New Worlds Reading. So for anybody who's out there saying, this is all great and wonderful, but my kids are in school. This is a public school program. New Worlds Reading is a state-sponsored, so no zip code requirements. And they will mail a book every month that the kid can choose. Kindergarten to 5th grade. The caveat with that is that it's designed for kids that are reading at below grade level, so the teacher has to sign off and approve it. But talk to your child's teacher and see if they will, because again, same type of deal, a book every month mailed to the child. Once they're in the program, even if they start reading at grade level, they'll still get the books. They can't be kicked out. It's not oh, you're doing great now, so we're going to stop this awesome thing.
Yeah, and that's important too, because just for them to know that it'll keep going on.
It'll keep going.
Yeah.
So once you get your teacher to say, yeah, we could support that, then no cost, a book every month until they're in 5th grade.
Wow. Okay. So that may be even something for our Alachua County teachers that, have those younger kids. And I'm gonna talk to a couple of the different organizations that are right down the hall from me at my local office to see if that's something that we can make sure that we connect our children with and the
Sure.
teachers. Yeah. So I think that was amazing. I'm excited, and I hope that we can get some kids signed up from bringing you on and allowing you to have an opportunity to give us some information about
Thank
Gainesville
you
Thrive.
so much, Tina.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll check to see if we have any questions here. And I don't see any as of yet. But will you provide your email address for everyone? And so that way,
Absolutely. It is Mary, Mary, at Gainesville Thrives, GAINESVILLETHRIVES, all one word, .org. Mary at GainesvilleThrives.org.
okay.
And you can also, through our Gainesville Thrives website, you can go into the contact us section, and that goes to our emails.
Wonderful. Looks like we just got a child signed up. So that is fantastic. Yes, that is what it
Fantastic.
is
And
all
there's a
about.
Q&A. Oh, that's what it says.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Yes. So that is awesome. Thank you for signing her up. That is what it is all about.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And if you know any other kids that you know of or in your neighborhood that would like for them to get that information, I believe she can actually sign them up. All she needs is their name and she can use her address to sign them up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? Yes, because it's no limit on how many kids you can sign up.
I'm sure within reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Okay, so Miss Mary, I guess we'll go ahead and close.
All right. Well, thanks
It
again.
says we have another question. Should I sign up? Okay. Should I sign in to get the books or the status will send to my email directly? Thank you so much. I just moved. Oh, and my address was not. Okay. So she just moved and she is now eligible. Okay, so she moved.
It's zip code related. So the books have to go to one of those 5 zip codes. Now, I can tell you, when you register, you get the first email is just proving you're a real person. The second email from Imagination Library is where you set up your account. And then roughly 12 weeks later, you'll start getting booked.
So we're excited to have you here in Florida. And we're excited that even though you couldn't get it in Kentucky, that you are able to receive them here in Gainesville. So that is awesome, because she tried to sign up there and she was not eligible and then moved here and now she is eligible. So Yay! That is amazing. Look, she found you. That is great. Very good. Let's see. Okay. So I don't see any more, so I will go ahead and close us out for this evening.
Okay, well, thank you again. It has been a pleasure.
You are very welcome. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us on tonight's Zoom. We appreciate your participation. Each week, you are available to connect with us for more informative presentations and discussions. Once again, I am Tina Folston-Hayes, the Parent Academy Specialist for Educational Equity and Outreach for the Alachua County Public Schools. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday, where we will be joined by parentguidance.org, who will provide some helpful information for us. Again, thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful evening and good night.
Good night.
All right, Miss Mary, if you need me, please feel free to give me a call. If anyone
Absolutely.
else needs me, I am available.
Thank you. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Yes, ma'am, you too.
Bye-bye.